Hello, my name is swissbianco. In this video I will talk about the limited edition 2012 Victorinox Damascus knife. The knife itself comes in this box, 6 pieces basically to the dealer. We see on top of the box the printing, what is in the box. As we open the box, we see 6 pieces of knives in individual boxes. On the back side of the boxes is the sticker with some information and the barcode. That is basically the US version. The Swiss version looks a bit different. You already see it a bit below. As we open it, it's just a slide out cardboard. We see the nice display box with the printing on it, also in front. As we open it up, we see the knife itself. The knife is held by 2 dimples. We can just slide it out. Basically the dimples lock into the liners. The box itself, if you pull on this tab, opens. You can take that part out, and below is the paper letter information. They did it again like the prior years in different languages. You can always stop the video and read it closer in your language. On the back side some more. So it's really made for international sales. Goes nice back in here. We can just close the lid. That's about the display box. Let's go to the knife itself. The knife itself, we see the nice Damascus steel blades. It's only the main blade that is made out of Damascus steel. Damascus steel is pattern welded steel. In this knife again we did use the Swedish damascus steel. It's a stainless steel powder metallurgically made Damascus version of that steel that is really high tech and a great cutting blade too. It's not only for display, it's also for using. On the tongue of the blade we see the 12, the year stamp. It's a bit hard to see because of the pattern of the blade. And on top, let's see if the camera can zoom in. Yes, now we see the 12 and the Victorinox Switzerland. Of course it's Swiss made, and we may even see how deep the edge is. The edge on the side of the blade is really deep. It's kind of file feeling if you touch it with your hand. The camera has a hard time to get it, but I hope it gives you an impression how deep the edge actually is. Now the edge goes of course on the other side too. There we don't have any stamp markings. We just see a bit of reflection of the camera. Yeah. But I think you get the idea how that looks. The knife itself is a basic soldier 111mm Swiss Army knife from the tools, and the scales are walnut, nice grain walnut. The logo itself is metal and inlaid. It's really smooth inlaid, nice done. On the back side of the knife we have again a nice grain Swiss wood, and the Phillips of course, and all, as I say, it's a basic 111mm soldier Swiss Army knife, just upgraded with the Damascus blade and the wood scales. Now, to show you the difference in the pattern, I'm gonna open a couple knives and show it. Each pattern of course is different. And also, prior I forget on one other detail. If you open the corks, the Phillips on this version, you see the serial number. So that was a limited run of 5,000 pieces, and this one as a sample has the number 4,314. It's stamped in the aluminum liner. If you flip open the Phillips, you see that. So each knife is serial numbered, and as we go back to the blade, each blade, of course, the Damascus looks a bit different. I open up quick another one. We're not gonna open all of them, but it's too many. But 3-4 pieces I gonna do. This just should give you an impression how different the blade, the Damascus blade pattern is on each knife. This time it's a rather wild pattern that is in the nature of the Damascus. Some patterns are pretty straight and some are rather wild. It also depends on the grinding angle, on the edging, on the finishing of the blade. If you have a rather dull blade or a more bright color blade, I will show you that in a minute as I go into more of the history of that knife. But they all are beautiful. I did not find any blade that is not nice. Each of them has some unique features that are really nice. Yeah, let's do one more. It always amazes me how many different patterns we get with the Damascus. And this all within the same basic pattern that they had. So the different grinding angles, the different styles. You see there is so many variable in that already. To go back to the different shininess or finishes, as we look here, it also goes a bit into the history of the 111 Damascus Swiss Army knife. I did handmade the first ones. The prototypes we see on the far right is a traditional soldier with the green black dual fused scales. Then we have one with handmade snake wood pattern wood, and of course the factory one with the walnut, Swiss walnut. But we want to mainly focus on the blade finish, and I hope the camera can show you that. This one here with the green handle is basically more matte finish, and we see basically a woven, a twisted pattern. The other one is more on the bright side of a finish. We see there a different pattern too, really bright, and this one is somewhere in between a bit yeah, it's so many variables that we can get. I hope the camera see that a little bit, how that is. Of course, it's best in nature. If you come to a knife show, like at the Blade Show in Atlanta, there I always have a lot of different Swiss Army knives, and if you see that 1-to-1 in and can get in your hand, and with the correct light and everything, then that looks always different. What we see here is also the difference of the color of the Swiss wood. We have a bit of darker wood, a bit of lighter wood. They did a pretty good job on match up the color of the wood handle on the front and the back. This one is a bit in the middle. The dark one I like really much. That gives a nice impression in my view. The wood handle are CNC made, nice rounded, gives you a nice grip, and I hope at least some people actually gonna use the knife too, and not only for display, because this knife would make a great cutting tool. The standard steel that Victorinox use on a soldier 111mm Swiss Army knife is still pretty basic. It is a tool, it works well, but compared to a high-tech variation like the damascus steel, which is made with powdered metal, two sorts of powdered metal, and then with a proper heat treating, the edge holding, the cutting possibility, the life of the edge is of course way better on the damascus steel. That is also reflecting, of course, in the price. It's harder to manufacture, and also a little bit harder to resharpen. You should use a diamond coated resharpener. I personally use the Gatco Timberline resharpening systems. That always did work best on all the many different knives, and especially Swiss Army knives that I personally sharpen and use. But that's something for a different video. Again, we see here also the different patterns. If we look, let's see how that works with the camera. If we look the different patterns, there we have more fine lines. Here we have more coars. Here we have a bit more silver color left. We have an eye kind of appearance. It's yeah, each one is different, as I say, and each one for sure has its special optics in front and the back side. So if you can, then go to a place where you can select the knives. The problem is with the limited manufacturing run on these knives, it's only 5,000 pieces, so it's very few coming to USA, and that's why I also made the video with those knives. It's really needed that you, if you have the chance, then that you can select. I know I'm a bit fortunate to have this many, and there is still some coming with the mail. They are somewhere between Switzerland and USA, and so at least the ones that I keep for myself I can select. I did just choose to show a bit the other ones too, because that is a unique possibility. We then sell them and then they are gone forever. It's always nice to make videos as the knives are together like a group, because then especially the limited editions from Swissbianco, they go in all over the world, many different countries, and they never will come back together. So as long as we have it together, especially with the Damascus, better make the pictures and the videos to show all the people how that looks. To give an impression as best we can. Maybe before we close this video, the basic function on the knife, the blade is of course open. We see here the liner lock. It's a reversed liner lock. You need to press up and then you can actually close the knife. That's how the knife look as it is closed. If you don't know how the knife works, or you never had that in your hand, it's basically the same like a regular 111mm soldier Swiss Army knife. They come in a different variation in that 111mm line, so you can always go to a store and get that in your hand first, and then maybe if you need to online order a Damascus one so you get the feel. If you are one of the few people that not already own a 111mm Swiss Army knife, it's basically one hand opening for closing. It needs basically two hands. You need to press that over and close it. For left hand people it's more ideal than for right hand people, but that's a different matter. That much about the limited edition for 2012 of the Victorinox 111mm Swiss Army knife. In the description on the video I will put on some links, and yeah, some of those knives will be in the newsletter or on the coming web shop.